I'm Dawn Marie Sargent, and this is True to Blueprint. Today we bring you a trade deadline special report. I'm here on Tuesday, but you'll see me on Friday. And you'll see me on every Friday or Saturday after that, and through the summer we'll dictate a different schedule. I'll also be doing things after the games. But today, special report, Boston Bruins and Tampa Bay Lightning shoot themselves in the damn head. What are they doing? I mean, seriously. Stevie, why? You couldn't possibly have thought that you can build for tomorrow. Tomorrow is too late to build for the future, Stevie. You gave Nemesnikov and hot prospects, potentially first-round draft picks, away to the New York Rangers, who apparently really know what they're doing with these veterans, and got Ryan McDonough and JT Miller. Now, Miller, whatever. Okay, let's talk about Ryan McDonough. He is a good player. He works hard and he plays very well. He can adapt to a lot of styles of hockey, so it isn't as narrow on what you actually get. And other than the fact that you're going to upset all of the chemistry you have as a team, and that's so important with hockey this fast. You can't look or know. You've got to feel. And you don't feel from people when you feel what McDonough says he feels for Girardi. Even people on YouTube are commenting, gosh, I hope he knows Girardi is there. Apparently that doesn't make a difference. Because Tampa Bay will take one Stanley Cup and then maybe be so lousy they go out of business. I mean, it is Tampa Bay after all. And it's Florida and it's hockey. I love hockey in warm places. I'm just not sure the people there love it when it's not championship. Last year, the Tampa Bay Lightning had Steven Stamkos go down. This year they have Kucherov, who is in some questionable shape after the game last night against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And now you've given Nemesnikov away. What exactly do you have offensively? If Kucherov can't come back, you're in the same situation you were last playoff. Stamkos hurt, unable to do what you said. And you said, well, Stamkos was hurt. Wouldn't it occur to you to make plans? But instead you went out and got a defenseman. Did you need a defenseman? Under the theory that you need 7 defensemen for the playoffs, I guess you needed a defenseman. But that's rather ridiculous. I mean, it always reminds me of that kind of table hockey player, the cardboard table with the slots, and you have the sticks and twirl them, and the guys only shoot and go so far because of their slots. That's not how you build a hockey team. Hockey teams have to have a certain style of hockey they play and a certain chemistry. And right now the Tampa Bay Lightning forwards are playing upwards of 25 minutes a game. 5 of them. Well, make that 3 since Kucherov is off and Nemesnikov is out of town. You don't have anybody to replace that. All right, Stevie Y. Whatever drugs you're on, I think you could do better. But again, it's Florida. Now, as for the Boston Bruins and our lovely ex-Harvard graduate, Don Sweeney. Well, of course, he went to Harvard, so he must be smart, right? Isn't that prevailing wisdom? Sort of like hockey is magical and the gods smile on you and you win a Stanley Cup. Yeah, that's probably what Don Sweeney was taught at Harvard. They went and got themselves Rick Nash. Not sold on Rick Nash being any legitimate part of a hockey team at this point, and certainly not one that's all about hustle and take advantage of your mistakes like the Boston Bruins are right now. He is a smack and steal hockey player. The old idea before everybody fell down when you hit someone, when you could hit someone and take the puck from them. You can still do that, but honestly it's become way more predictable and way more victorious to sort of play into the idea that if they don't get the puck, they can't hurt you. He doesn't know how to play that way. And you've got Bergeron down now for who knows how long. And again, with Brad Marchand, interesting guy. I mean, he may or may not avoid suspension now. And if you don't land in a good position now, you're not going to have a lot of success in the playoffs. You have no depth. And again, if any of these people get hurt, what's Nash going to do for you? What is he really going to do for you? As a fan of either of these teams, I try to hold these guys accountable. And the Lightning fans may say, but we could win a Stanley Cup this year. You know what? You probably have a decent chance. But you have devastated your organization in order to do it. And there's nothing character about that. Nothing at all. And that's what the blueprint does that gives me a feeling of ease. And we'll talk about the Maple Leafs move in a second to get Plekanec. But let me just tell you that for me, the blueprint has sort of given me a cause. Something I could turn myself over. I have loved hockey. To say I'm a fan is just not to understand that hockey was such an urgent part of my life since before I can remember. And that I always needed to be around it. And that I worked in it, I broadcasted, I wrote about it, I wrote a novel about it. And now I'm here talking to you. I wouldn't have been here talking to you except that the blueprint, it gives me almost a feeling like everything makes sense. And when everything makes sense, I just realize I could have a part of this. And that's what my show will do. Now, in light of the way the blueprint told me it would happen, I assured all of you all year there wouldn't be these trades. You all kept insisting, and this is on Facebook and Twitter, I guarantee you. You don't know what you're talking about, Don. I think you struggle to understand hockey. I couldn't even say that right, it's so preposterous. The fact is, I don't struggle to understand hockey. I struggle to understand a fan base that actually thinks it's got anything in common with the Chicago Cubs, and that the blueprint is anything like what the Cubs did, which was a mercenary effort to end a losing drought. That is not what the blueprint is about. The blueprint shows how to change the character, the expectation, the demand. So any child growing up who wants to play for the Toronto Maple Leafs knows they have to work hard. They have to do good things. They have to show that they're professionals. You know, everybody said when we traded prospects for Thomas Plekanec, I am so sorry, dude. He used to be a Montreal, whatever like that. So we don't like him. And he's cost us there's been some problems because of him. But the Pittsburgh Penguins had problems with Broussard. Then they got him on their hockey team the other day. Okay, that's a smart way to move with your hockey team. We didn't get Plekanec for exactly those reasons, but when we looked out for how we were going to at least fill in most of what Austin Matthews does as a placeholder, we knew that he would be the right guy for the job, that he knew how to play this kind of hockey, and everybody said he won't shave. He ain't gonna shave. He's got a signature goatee. Don't you understand? Saying things like a signature goatee is exactly why Lou demands everyone shaves. You don't get to have a signature something when you're in uniform. Your signature is the logo on the front. And what you bring to the hockey you play in order to make that a successful, something that you can be proud of forever. And that's what they're bringing to town with the blueprint. This is hardly the end of discussions. It's the beginning of them. And when I do my show, and I'll be doing one a week at first, then two. We'll do some after games. We'll play around here, but I want to get everything in order for you so you can come to depend on this and know how to interact with it here on YouTube and on other social media. So we don't just have me preaching and you having, a little time to tell me I'm ugly, I'm old, my picture doesn't look like me, which how do you know? I mean, that's something on YouTube I could never, her picture's a big lie. When did you meet me? But anyway, I will be bringing you that, and hopefully we'll have a great conversation. We can answer a lot of problems, and you can feel the euphoria, the calm, the inner peace I feel because of Brendan Shanahan's damn blueprint. Now, either I'm smart as him, I know everything he knows, or I read his mind. Which does he want to consider? Okay, let's not worry about that. Let's just say subscribe to this channel, True2Blueprint. That's TTB. We'll be throwing that one around too. Isn't that cool? And it has nothing special to do with Tyler Bozak. But we'll be bringing you one next week on Friday, and I will be talking with you all the time. So thank you for tuning in. Like, Subscribe, tell your friends, tell your pets, and tell Steve Dangle. He is just such an inspiration to me. I just love that guy. I watch him all the time. And I hope you all watch me some of the time too. I'm gone and I'm out of here, but I will be back. I promise.